My name is Duncan Reed, and my mentor Jaron Bird, the truck driver, is videoing me today, and we're looking at his big truck that he drives on a daily basis. First, we got the container. He hauls his containers out of the Port of Mobile. He takes them wherever he has to drop off and then come back, or pick up a load and come back. He can take them to Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, anywhere the surrounding states. And first, we're going to start off with, you got mud flaps, mandatory, so that way rocks and stuff aren't flying up and hitting other vehicles. You got the air suspension, is what they're called, the airbags. They fill with air and help with the riding system. And then tires, you got to check the tread on the tires, make sure that they're good. And then you got to check the air pressure in the tires, so they ain't low. You got to hit them a couple times. Look at that. Lugs, you got to make sure all the lugs are tightened on, make sure there ain't nothing loose so the tire don't come off. And next, we're gonna look at the fifth wheel. The fifth wheel you can't really see right now. It's up on there. It's got a trailer connected to it, but you gotta grease that up, make sure the trailer's able to slide on. It's got a pin that you gotta put in, and whenever you put the pin in, it locks the trailer to the truck. And then you got these cables right here. It's like a regular trailer. You just plug these cables up to the trailer so all the lights and brakes and everything works. You have some running the air to them to the suspension. You got some working the lights. You got sometimes other stuff. And then this is like a little platform right here. You can climb up, make sure you can hook everything right. Next, got a little cargo area right here. This is who he works for, Catfish Container, Automobile. This is the diesel tank. You got to fill that up with diesel. It holds a lot. You got to put on-road diesel in it. And then you got DEF system. You got to fill that up. These down here are the air tanks for the truck. That's what fills up with air and works your brakes and suspension, everything like that. Anything that has to do with air, that's where it comes from right there. This is where you climb up in the truck at. We'll come back to that. And here's the driver tire, steer tire, whatever you want to call it. Alright, and then now this is the air filter. That right there, make sure nothing bad. You gotta have airflow for the motor to run, so you gotta make sure nothing goes into the motor that shouldn't be in there. So where you check the oil at right here. That's where you fill the oil up at. And then you got the coolant over there. It's on that side. You just check in, make sure it's full. Got the radiator. Here's a radiator hose, heat shield hose. The bumper. You got mirrors everywhere. This is the hood. And then let's walk into the truck now, I reckon. First you got obviously the door. Here's the seat. This is a standard shift truck, so you got the clutch, the brake, the gas, and then everything up here in this area is basically like a regular vehicle. You got your gauges that check your oil, water, temps, how fast you're going, what your battery voltage is looking like. Your air pressure is on there too. And then you got, here's a shifter right here. You got a high side and a low side. You flip the switch right here down for the low side, up for the high side. You're able to shift it whenever you're getting up to speed. Then you got these buttons right here. You push them in to engage them. That's your air brakes for the truck and trailer. So whenever you stop, you push them in. It locks the brakes so the truck and trailer don't go nowhere. And then whenever you're getting ready to move again, you just release them, and then they allow the truck to move and unlocks the brakes. You got a CB up here. You got to have a CB whenever you're going down the highway. It's required, so that way you can talk within the port and everything, because your phone don't really work, and I don't think you're allowed to have it. And then back you can have a passenger, and then back here is this back area where you can sleep in. It's got a good amount of space, but it ain't somewhere you want to live at for sure. And then you got over here this iPad right here. That's his logbook. It's updated, so you got to enter. You got to hit start whenever you go to drive, and it keeps up with your hours. You're only allowed to drive so many hours legally, and then or else you'll get in trouble. And I believe that is everything. This is a 18-wheeler, and this is my product.